and welcome to the final Big Pauly video blog for 2011. I am Big Pauly, Paul Blom in Pinellas Park, Florida. This day after Christmas, the 26th day of December, an overcast day here in Pinellas Park, the temperature about 70 degrees. Like I did last year, I am going to give you 10 predictions for the year 2012. I do this in reverse David Letterman order from number 1 to number 10. I don't do it in David Letterman or Casey Kasem order. For those of you old enough to remember American Top 40, when they would count down the songs from number 40 to number 1. I do this for entertainment purposes. I'm not doing a Deadpool. I'm not predicting who's going to die. I'll leave that to God. Very few of these predictions are going to be accurate. Probably the most accurate prediction I made last year at this time was the NBA and NFL going on strikes. Work stoppages. The NFL strike was only a one-game stoppage. They had to cancel the Hall of Fame game in Canton, Ohio. But that was it. Every other game played. And, of course, as you know, the NBA season got underway yesterday, Christmas Day, and they're having a 66-game season this year instead of an 82-game season. So, without further ado, here is my list of predictions for 2012. My first prediction is that at this time next year, we will not know if Barack Obama will remain as president or somebody else will be the new president, because I see it being a three-party race between Barack Obama, Mitt Romney, who will win the Republican nomination in Tampa in September, much to the chagrin of Ron Paul, who will run as an independent. And I see Ron Paul leading the Republican nomination race most of the way, but Romney mysteriously catches up and overtakes him at the end, hence leading to the acrimony. Ron Paul is going to win several states electorally, and it's going to force the Electoral College to be blown up in smithereens, because in order to be president, you have to win 270 electoral votes out of 538, the 538 being the representatives and senators. They each count for an electoral vote, and each state has an electoral vote tally that is correspondent to the total number of senators and the total number of representatives. Well, I don't see anybody getting to 270 if it's a three-way race. I think Ron Paul will take a few states. I can see him getting about 60 to 100 electoral votes and keeping Obama and Romney from winning on their own, which means at the start of 2013, you're going to see this go to the House of Representatives. They will pick a president, and I think the Senate picks a vice president. So you're going to have electoral chaos in this country. It's going to make 2000 look like a little picnic. Prediction number 2. In order to boost popularity for himself, the United States is going to attack Iran, led by President Obama, in what will be called October Surprise number 2. Gas prices are going to shoot up to $8 a gallon within 7 to 10 days of the attack, which is going to trigger financial problems in December with the euro currency collapsing and the U.S. dollar in major trouble. And you're going to see gold and silver prices skyrocket. There has been talk in the conspiracy realm of a financial collapse now for the last couple of years. Hasn't happened yet, but I think it could very easily be triggered by an attack on Iran. By the way, I also see China and Russia being very upset with us when we attack Iran, but that's going to be played out in 2013 and beyond. Prediction number 3. It's not another pleasant one. The National Guard is going to start stationing itself in cities with a major crime problem. You're starting to see that now in New Orleans, but this is going to spread to a few other cities like Chicago, Detroit, Miami, and here's an interesting one to choose. North Las Vegas, Nevada. I read the Las Vegas papers pretty often, and they're cutting every police job and fire job they can there, so you're going to see North Las Vegas, Nevada, probably being the smallest city. You won't see it in Las Vegas proper, but you'll see it in North Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to lead to more protests like we saw this year with Occupy Wall Street. And you're going to see protests against the government for excessive use of force. Which is what this movement of the National Guard in more cities is going to be called. Prediction number 4. You're going to see rumors of pedophilia in college athletics continue to be on the increase. We have seen it this year with Penn State and Syracuse's basketball team, Bernie Fine and Jim Boeheim, despite having one of the best teams in the country right now, kind of embattled whether or not he's going to stay on as head coach. You're going to see this a lot in college athletics and amateur athletics. And ESPN is going to really receive the brunt of this. They are going to be, it's going to be discovered that they kept a lot of this hush-hush for several years, and there's going to be criticism on ESPN for being a promoter of sports but not being a fair arbiter about a conversation of sports. That, they do a lot of commentary, but people are going to discover that their commentary is kind of self-serving and disingenuous. Prediction number 5. The Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, they are going to become so popular in 2012 and beyond that in 2012, at some point, they're going to open 2 kind of sister federations, leagues, what have you. One will be for celebrities that want to have ultimate fights with each other, and another one is going to be for athletes who do not compete in ultimate fighting generally, but want to compete like as a one-off. Like you could see 2 football players fighting in the UFC ring in the off-season. And of course, back in the day when the money wasn't there, a lot of football players wrestled professionally in the off-season. That's what got Wahoo McDaniel got started and Blackjack Mulligan. And some other big names from the 60s and 70s. Ernie the Cat Ladd was a great football player before he became a professional wrestler. So you're going to start seeing everyday athletes and celebrities wanting to be part of UFC, but Dana White will tell you right off that none of the fights are fixed or rigged. And popularity will go sky high. You're going to see clamoring for fights on free TV every week. They'll work out something with the pay-per-views where you will be able to see a certain amount of fights on, say, Ion TV, or maybe Fox gets involved in it more. Prediction 6. Lady Gaga, I see was going to keep her status as a prominent celebrity in 2012. I see her posing for Playboy, much like Lindsay Lohan just did. It'll turn out to be the most popular issue that they have ever had, even beating the very first issue that had Marilyn Monroe in it back in the 50s. And I see her getting involved in philanthropy, giving millions to charities, and just doing everything she possibly can to increase her popularity and her status as a superstar singer. Prediction 7. The 2012 Olympics in London, England, you're going to see a lot more anti-American sentiment because of the increasing number of colonizations we've been involved in. Of course, this year we did not only lose Osama bin Laden, but we lost Muammar Gaddafi in raids that were pretty much spearheaded by the United States. So I think there's going to be a backlash against American athletes at the 2012 Olympics and in general. You're going to hear the phrase ugly American more. As an American, I don't want to see this, but I just think as time progresses that this is going to be a more common thing. Prediction 8 is kind of a series of predictions, sports predictions. I look for the Green Bay Packers to win Super Bowl 46 in Indianapolis in February, probably playing New England. The Miami Heat will win the NBA championship. The Boston Bruins repeat as NHL championships. The Texas Rangers finally win a World Series. We have them beating the Philadelphia Phillies. Louisiana State Tigers win the BCS National Championship. There will be a lot of talk about replacing that with, as there is every year it seems, with a national championship playoff and what would be the best system. And the Ohio State basketball team will win the Final Four. Prediction 9. It's going to be a quiet year for the disasters after we had the earthquake in Japan and we had the what I thought was a hurricane that was overblown, Irene, going up the Atlantic coast. I really don't see any major disasters to speak of. And prediction 10, my last one. Some of you may know that the Mayan calendar ends on 21st of December 2012. Well, on that day, absolutely nothing happens of consequence. So this has been my predictions for the year 2012. I hope all of you enjoy the rest of 2011. And I wish you all a happy and safe new year. Looking forward to seeing what is going to happen in 2012 and seeing what predictions come true and which do not. This has been another Big Paul A video blog. I am Paul Blom, Pinellas Park, Florida. Happy New Year, and I will catch you all again real soon. Bye-bye for now.